All right, and we are live. Welcome everyone this morning. For me, it is morning, but for most of y'all, it's probably the afternoon. But welcome to Luxury Live with Galileo. We have the awesome privilege of getting to sit down with Ahmad Saeed Alzein, and I hope I said that correctly,
Correctly.
with House of Emirates. I'm very excited for this discussion because his brand and the products that he has on our marketplace are the most popular by far with Galileo and with the community. And not to mention that he has a just extreme diversity and a wide array of various luxury products that span not just years and decades, but centuries and millennia in some cases. So very excited to sit down with Ahmad. Ahmad, real quick, I'd love for you to give an introduction about yourself. Let's share, how you got started in the world of luxury assets and treasures, and then we'll see where the conversation takes us. So go ahead, Ahmad.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Zach. Thank you for having me today. It's really a privilege to be here and talking to all these wonderful people with us now live. Um, First, I'm really glad to be with you and to be as a brand owner and the CEO, part of the Galileo community and all the amazing things that you do. So first, I would like to introduce myself first. I'm quite international citizen. I'm a citizen of Finland, I'm a citizen of Syria, and a permanent resident of the UK. I speak three world languages, and I'm economist by study. I studied management and I studied business strategy at Harvard University as well. I started House of Emirates 2 years ago here in the UK. It's a UK registered and based business and company. It's also a trademarked brand in the UK and in the United Arab Emirates. And maybe as the name suggests, we are not based in the UAE, we're not based in the Emirates yet. But I chose this name because I think the luxury and the kind of product that I wanted to promote, I think match with and align with the name Emirates, and it resonate with luxury, extreme luxury, innovation, turning nothing into everything. And it started like 2 years ago, and last year we started to expand, and now we are really into globally. Nearly every country in the world heard about us.
Yeah, it's I've been following on LinkedIn and following your growth, and when you say something out of nothing, it makes me think of those pictures of Dubai from the early '90s when there was just pure desert and maybe a few buildings, and then fast forward to today, and it's booming. It's a booming economy. They can control the weather over there in Dubai. So
Yeah, exactly.
um,
It's a
yeah,
miracle.
and so it fits perfectly with luxury mindset, and you think of police cars that are Maseratis, or maybe I'm misrepresenting the vehicle brand,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's the kind of epitome of luxury. So I you mentioned Harvard, which is fascinating to me just because of the reputation that it has here in the U.S., but also globally. And you have pretty extensive background in entrepreneurship, and people who browsed your LinkedIn. You've started. You have a background in wealth management. Am I correct in that?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
And
you'll also have written a book.
yes,
And maybe it's two books. Am I correct in, or is it just
it's one book,
the
another
one?
research paper.
Okay,
A
okay, okay.
research paper.
Yeah, and the title of the book is The Holy Book of Luck. And one of
Correct.
the themes I've noticed with a lot of the products on the marketplace is there's some especially the coins, there's some element of like this is a lucky coin,
Yeah,
things like that. I wonder, like, just we'll get into all the nitty gritty and the details about the brand and the assets and kind of how you got started the company. Share about the book though, and kind of like your perspective on luck and kind of why you've integrated or why you decided to write a book about luck, and
yeah.
then kind of we see the theme of the coins, the lucky coins on the marketplace.
So I started this book, The Holy Book of Luck, which is controversial book, by the way, because I believed and I believe luck is everything in the story of success. Now, this is shocking, but most people always indoctrinated and they were told, you have to work hard until you burn out. You have to give it all you can, work hard, work hard, work hard, and then that is the condition for success. Well, that's not, and that's what I proved in the book. I spent 3,000 hours researching and writing about that. I had scientific research that I documented in the book, which proved luck is the main ingredient of success and not hard work. Maybe this is shocking, but even people like Warren Buffett, he is the one who coined the term ovarian lottery. He said even the country of your birth plays a big role in your luck. And during my research, I discovered that even your own month of birth determines your luck. For example, in the UK, United Kingdom, the UK Statistic Office found that people who are born between March and May are most likely to become CEOs, and nobody knows why. And that's true. I was born in April, by the way, so yeah, it confirms this study. Luck plays a major role in our life, and I want to debunk this myth that you have to work hard, and if you don't work hard, you are not successful, because there's so many people, and in the world of business, so many people started businesses, started companies, and yet we find 8 or 9 out of 10 new businesses fail. They fail. The
Hmm.
owners, they did all they can, they did their best, they did everything by the book, they worked hard 12, 13, 15 hours, and yet they failed. Why? So I wanted to find out why. And this why, the answer is luck, because they were not lucky. There were some lucky events. For example, the COVID-19, when the COVID happened, some people lost their businesses that they spent years and years building, working hard to build, and suddenly they collapse. Like restaurants, the hotels, small hotels,
Hmm.
travel agencies, and all those companies, they are out of the market. And yet we have people like who were working in the medical equipment field. Suddenly they become billionaires, by strike of
Hmm.
luck, you know by something that they could not control. And so I went on to study that and research that, and yeah, there is really a big and proven link between luck and your success, and not just in business, not just in life, even in love, even in relationship.
Hmm.
You could be loyal, you could be caring, loving, and you have a partner that you thought she is the word for you, and then after a while you discover that she was cheating on you or something, and it's not your fault. It's just you
Hmm.
are not lucky. You were, with the wrong partner because something that you cannot control. So yeah, I wrote this book, and because of this book, because I tried to also ask the question, what is luck exactly? When I tell you, Zach, good luck, Zach, what is good luck exactly? What that mean? Is luck a blind force that hits randomly? Is it a conscious energy that moves through mathematical equations that we can control or harness, like the solar power, the wind power? Because throughout the ages, throughout history, people even worshipped gods uh, to bring the good luck. I mean, the word fortune in English came from Fortuna, the Roman
Hmm.
goddess for fortune and money. So from since the beginning of history, we were looking for anything that can bring luck to us, and that's why I tried like to find a way to find an answer. And I put a lot of historical background research into this book, trying just to shed some light. I don't claim that I found the truth. No, I did not find the truth, but I shed some light on this very mysterious concept.
Hmm. So there's so many directions we could go with that, but I think the main direction we're gonna go to is that idea of if you can shift your luck or change it. Um, and then how that flows with the lucky coins that are present, that you have, that represent some of your brand.
Yeah.
How do you determine if a coin is lucky versus just it's a regular coin?
Well, because we cannot determine who owned the coin, and especially if we're talking about a coin that is 2,000 years old, 3,000 years old, we don't know really. We don't really know who owned this coin, in which context this coin existed. Was it the ownership of a trader who owned a lot of money? Was it in a pouch of a caravan? Somebody who worked with caravan or something. Like, we don't know. We really don't know. So we cannot know. We don't know. Like, but we can try, like, to get from different cultures symbols, numbers. We can try, and that's what I did with the brand with House of Emirate. I tried to strike some coins that has symbols of luck, and I gave it to some people, and they said, yeah, they start to feel like something with this coin, because all the symbols of good luck were minted in this coin. And it's a silver, actually,
Mhm.
silver ounce. We make it into silver ounce, 28.4 gram of pure fine silver. So yeah, I hope that coin will bring also some good luck. I'm talking about the modern one, but the old ones we cannot know. We don't know what contest this coin was, and what it was used for. Was it payment for some
Mhm.
soldiers, mercenaries, invaders? I don't know. But that's the beauty of having such coins. Is that
Mhm.
you are holding a piece of history in your own hand. So yeah.
Yeah, well, let's get into that a little bit. Um,
Right.
we're gonna talk about kind of the brand some more, but first, how did you get into to the ancient treasures and the historical world? Like, has history always been something that you've been interested in? What kind of prompted the idea of collecting these treasures?
I'm a nostalgic person. I really feel so much nostalgia for a distant past, for distant history. I believe in previous lives as well. I believe in previous lives. I believe, like, I really believe that, um, even if you look at us as humans, we are the continuation of something tangible. Like, we came from our father's father. There's just something alive from the beginning until now. Something alive is being transferred, from one to another into
Mhm.
another. um, I'm collecting ancient coins and relics. It was my hobby for 30 years. So lately I thought, why not turning this hobby into a business?
Mhm.
Why not giving people the opportunity to feel what I feel when I hold this piece of history in my own hand? The energy, because everything in the universe has energy, everything is vibrating. And when you hold this piece of history, 2,000, 3,000 years old coin, it has energy as well. And I want to feel this energy, in my own
Mhm.
hand. So I thought, why not give this experience to wider people, and let people enjoy that, what I enjoy, let them feel
Mhm.
what I feel. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
idea.
It's so interesting to think about, yeah, where what this item was, what it was used for.
Yeah,
Is it cursed gold? Is it gold that was sitting in the treasury of of
exactly.
an empire?
Yeah,
So it's really fascinating to think about, especially for the people that are browsing these products and then end up buying. To think of this merging of this new technology with literally
right.
ancient treasures. Um, so with House of Emirates, you decided you were a collector. You decided to turn it into a business. Um, how do you go about acquiring and finding all of these different treasures? Like, what do you have a go-to source, or is there, like, do you work with archaeologists, or what does the
Yeah.
process look like?
Yeah, so because of my really, like, long years of experience collecting, so we deal with, like, auction houses, private collectors, um, estates, like people who like pass away and they have a lot of old stuff, ancient coins, like they want to like the estate they want to like liquidate and sell. So we have like a network, and we know from experience like which auction house has the best sources, which collectors has the best items that you can look at. So it become like a kind of automatic instinct, I would say. Like where to go, where to, and also there's like some people like they have coins that they found in their farms, in their land, they inherited from their ancestors, they don't know nothing about, so they come to us and ask us, and of course we ask about the legal aspect of that, if you can get the coin or not, if they can send it, if they can export it, what the paperwork they need and all that. Everything has to go by the book, and everything has to be legal, in a legal frame. So yeah, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly we deal with auction houses and private collectors and private investors, because these coins are not just for collection, it's for investment as well. And there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
investors are now turning into such coins, and that's why it's becoming really hard to source some of these coins, because they are not infinite. These coins are
Mm-hmm.
finite, like they are limited. So, and now more and more investors are coming in, so they will run out. I expect like in a couple of years it will be so hard to find some of these coins.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, there's a finite supply, and
Yeah,
so that adds to the value of the asset, and I mean even the themes of the various empires that these coins represent, and
yeah,
I'm thinking through like some of those logistics, like even there might be a period of time where Hollywood decides to focus on the Roman Empire, and that's so the
yeah,
theme of their movies and so then those Roman coins become a little bit more popular, or a little bit more valuable because there's a
exactly,
presence there. Um,
exactly.
so yeah, it's a fascinating thing to think about the historical, but then the potential value, and what happens when you have a finite supply of an asset. What does the appraisal process look like? What does the verification process look like with a coin? Do y'all do that in house? Do you have a third
Yeah.
party that analyzes maybe not just the coins, but any of the other assets that you have for your company?
So yeah, before we start, we just look at the coins first, and if we suspect that some of them are not real, they might not be real, we send them to like a numismatic expert here in London. They can check them for us. They can confirm if they are authentic or not. And then also when we get the coin, before we start anything, the first question we ask, where did you get them from?
Mm-hmm.
Because some coins, many of the coins are in private collections, so they are owned by individuals. So we need also to check where these coins come from, and then the source of these coins, and if it's from an auction houses, is this auction house or is this company that trade in numismatics, are they verified, are they registered? We do some due diligence before we deal with any of them. So then the last step is to get the coin, and because of my own experience, I can tell from just one look if this coin is real or not.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you have all these years of experience, you can just have a look at the coin, and you can determine, from one look, if it's like authentic or not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we have a long process. We don't list anything until we are 100% sure. Like for example, lately we acquired a really rare ring, Roman ring, 1,200 years old ring with a very beautiful red stone. um, we would not list it on Galileo until we get a verification of the stone. What kind of stone is this?
Mm-hmm.
Because the ring is ancient, but we need to check the stone. What kind of stone? Is it ruby? Is it garnet? Is it like
Mm. Yeah.
glass? So we can give accurate detail for the buyer when they buy.
Mm-hmm. So that one hasn't been listed yet, right?
No, not yet,
Would
not
you
yet. We,
say?
we, we put
Not
it
yet.
on
Okay. Well.
our page. On our page on Twitter, we listed that it's coming, but we did not list it yet because we are still
Yeah.
verifying. Yeah, yeah.
So everyone in the audience, you have that item to look forward to. So 1,000-year-old
Yeah, what
ring.
alternatives? What?
So be
Yeah,
on the lookout for that. Go ahead and
yeah.
if in the audience, start saving and then scramble to get it when it's live. We'll be sure to make an announcement about that one.
It
That
will be
sounds
live. Yeah,
pretty
hopefully,
special.
hopefully next week. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, very cool. So
yeah.
what's the percentage of people that come to you? I guess in this instance, it mainly be private collectors that they come to you and they say, "Hey, I have this asset that I want to sell, and it's a fraud, it's a fake." Do you
Yeah.
have like what's the percentage of that versus real that you
Every
see?
day, literally every day, we get fakes, sent to our email. So pictures of fake, coins, fake statues, fake relics, every day, nearly every day.
Wow.
Yeah, but we don't take them, of course. We don't
Sure.
need to be
Yeah.
entertained. I know, of course. It's because it's fake, and there's specific countries that these fakes come from, so we know. That's the
Hmm.
first red flag. But as I said, we to buy from private collectors that we don't know, it will take a lot of time, and
Hmm.
we cannot even accept any item until we have it here in London, examined by third party, certified third party.
Hmm.
While other coins, other items that we source from reputable sources, yeah, we get them with certificate of authenticity. Everything is fine and guaranteed. But yeah, nearly every day we get fakes every day. But we know how to flush them out.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can imagine. I haven't really spent a lot of time watching the shows with the where they'll have someone come on and appraise the value, but it's always interesting seeing the difference between the real and the fake, and like you said, you have multiple decades of experience with identifying what's
yeah,
real and what is fake, and
absolutely.
that's the type of experience that uh you can only have by basically time. Time and lots of reps, kind of that 10,000 hours rule where you become an expert just because you've been in it for so long. So
And also,
um
also I want to add also, as I said before, the energy that you get from the coins, because of so many years of experience I spent with these coins, the energy I get, it tells me immediately if it's fake or not, you know?
mhm,
Uh,
yeah.
because I don't know how to explain that, but it's just kind of feeling energy that you look at it and you know it's fake.
Mhm.
It's not fake, it's real.
Yeah, it makes me think of Indiana Jones, right? Like Raiders of the Lost Ark, or like he talks, I think, about that energy that he um, gains from the whatever the relic is that he's searching after, and finally gets to hold for the first time. So,
Right.
are you an Indiana Jones fan?
Not really,
With
but I
your
watch it,
not really
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the movies that I grew up on as a kid.
Right.
So what out of the are there certain items that come across your desk that you say, I want to keep this. This is for my private collection. This isn't going to go on the House of Emirates. This isn't going to be an item for sale. Like I'm going to purchase this and be the hold this in
Yeah,
my
I have
collection.
I have some Roman coins, especially for Roman emperor called Philip the Arab. Now, Philip the
Mm,
Arab, and the name is like really strange. How an Arab can be a Roman emperor. This emperor was born in Syria. This is the land I was born in.
mm,
So yeah, I have special connection with this land, and to have this emperor that was born in the same land that I was born in, and then to go and to rule Rome, that's something amazing. So when every time I come across such coins, I say like, okay, I can't really sell them,
mhm.
especially if they are really like in a very good shape and clean, with all the details showing. So yeah, I tend to keep such coins. I can't sell them.
Mhm, yeah, yeah. I can. I mean, the difficult part in any sort of collector role is you want to profit. You want to be able to make some money off of your hobby, but then you get some that you're like, this is precious. I need to to
Yeah.
hold on to this. This is a family heirloom. I'm gonna pass this down, for
Mm.
generations. So,
Yeah.
what about the out of the items on the that are listed on the marketplace? What are what's your favorite item?
It's the Roman coins again. I have very really beautiful Roman coins, and the most interesting part is the Roman coins, which has a legend of Roman ladies. The wives of the emperors. That's something fascinating. Really fascinating. And now we have on Galileo a really rare coin that shows not just the emperor and his wife. It shows them in a very lovely, romantic compose. Like they are like facing each other, like as if they are kissing, but they're not kissing.
Hmm.
That's something really fascinating, and it made me wonder what they were talking, what they were saying to each other, what she told him that she took his brain, his mind, that he went on to strike a coin with
Hmm.
her on a Roman coin that used to pay for everything in the Roman Empire. So that's fascinating.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah,
Something that I haven't spent much time thinking about is, the images especially if it's not just a profile or a silhouette of an emperor. Why did they select that image for the
yeah,
coin?
yeah.
And then was there a special significance for that coin in the image on that coin versus, a different coin that someone might have used? Yeah, that's really interesting. So we've had quite a few more people join. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset the room. We're here at Luxury Live with Galileo. We are a luxury asset tokenization platform and marketplace. We're sitting down here with the CEO of House of Emirates, Ahmad Saeed Alzein. He is one of the brands and the most popular brand that has items listed on our marketplace. We've been talking about his experience in the acquiring the precious treasures from the ancient world and kind of the significance and symbolism that comes with that. And now for this second half, I'd like to shift into we have a very unique combination with House of Emirates being our partner because we're tapping into the ancient world and all that goes with that and the symbolism, the history, but then we're also with this technology on, I would say, even more than the forefront of kind of these technological advances, and a lot of people still don't know about the blockchain and how it works, and kind of that the haven't had the foresight and the vision to think through what is putting an asset on chain really implies. So I'd like to get into what first piqued your curiosity about blockchain. What piqued your curiosity about the real world asset space and tokenization?
Okay, so 2 years ago, I think 1 year ago, I started to read more about blockchain, about how it might revisualize, it might uh, change the world. Now I thought to myself, why not, like, give it a go and try to explore more, research more, find out more about this new technology, because I believe if you do not um, go with the flow, you will be left behind, and you will be left behind and you will lose a lot. So I start to read about how the blockchain is helping, with so many aspects of our life, especially in finance, with the cryptos before, and then I thought to myself, okay, why not integrating the thing that I love, my passion, the ancient coins with the blockchain. And again, I believe in luck. I happened to meet Galileo co-founders, Pierre and Nath. We had a video call that was like maybe 1.5 years ago, and it was just like heaven gift for me. I found the people that I can work with. I found the platform that I can list my coins in this platform, and like really make it a reality. Because if you want to do this and that, but you don't find the resources, you will stay where you are. But
Hmm.
here I am. I found someone that can really help, and they have the same vision that I do, and it started from there.
Hmm. Yeah, very cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're taking the physical asset and then putting it, now it's got a stamp on the blockchain that can't be tampered with, and it can't be
yeah,
falsified. And then I envision a future where um, people require, and if it doesn't have a digital trace and digital verification, then it's not even a question. Like someone's
you
not
can.
going to buy it. It's not going to have the value. Which is it's very your given your background and experience is very interesting, not just from the collector side, but also from the um, investment and wealth management side. How do you see the future of you know investments and kind of that merging of collecting versus investing, and uh, people being able to have a trace of their net worth of these collectors items now visible on in a wallet essentially. How do you see, like, I guess, and I'm sorry, meandering around the question trying to get there, but how do you envision kind of the future of finance and wealth management with this merging of the collectors items, and now having uh, something on the blockchain that attributes value, or you're able to see, I guess, transparent value.
Yeah, I think that's a must. It would be a must because for a very simple reason, we are going to deal with an investors that are not from this generation. Like they are an investors from a different generation than my generation or my parents' generation. We are dealing um, with a new generation that is that they have the algorithm of the blockchain, the algorithm in their brain of the social medias of the new advancement in technology. So you have to, if you cannot cater for such generation and what they want and what they need, you are not going to make anything. You are not going to sell anything. You're not going to make any progress in your business, in your life. So yeah, it's very simple. You have to go with the flow, and the flow now is the flow of technology. Fintech, blockchain, accountability. And most importantly, security. With the blockchain is so secure. So I mean that's the future, and I believe in that, and that's why I'm so into that.
Hmm. Just so that the audience is aware, we from our feed we can see some of the questions and comments that y'all leave, both on Twitter and on LinkedIn. So if you do have a specific question that you want me to touch on, I can't promise that I'll touch on all of them, but we had a very interesting comment pop through. Um, uh, I'll just read it. It would be interesting to do some artwork with collaboration with some interesting coins, especially around the idea of modern day inflation and in relation to Roman coins being clipped, etc. So so all of that say you can leave comments on this stream. That specific comment is from an artist that works with us. So there might be some very interesting combinations that we can and collaborations that we can do in the future with this. Um, I'm curious what percentage of collectors that you deal with, or high net worth individuals, have their portfolio, or have, let's see, how am I trying? Sometimes I stumble on my words. Um, what percentage do most of these collectors have their net worth in these treasures? Is it like 0.1%? Are we talking about 10%? What do you typically see?
Okay, so I came from a wealth management background. Before I started House of Emirates, I was working with another company that work with high net worth individuals, and I noticed a trend now. They are more and more into the antiques and treasures, ancient treasures, art. They are more into more tangible assets, and when we offer them the tangible asset with a blockchain, that's like heaven for them. So yeah,
Mhm.
I would say maybe 10 to 15% now of what
Oh
I
wow.
know
Okay.
personally. Yeah, they are going into this market. And as I said, I saw the trend, the supply for the ancient coins and relics and all that is finite, and we have so many people coming into this market, grabbing as much as they can. And so yeah, I mean, it's growing a lot. I mean, it's in the billions. In the US alone, it was, I think, in 2022 it was $5 billion
Hmm.
market. So yeah, it's huge.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually surprising to hear that the percentage would be that high. But
Yeah,
it's one of those assets that will almost always only appreciate in value, again because of the finite supply,
absolutely.
because every single day this item is getting older.
Yeah,
So there's and it's something you just cannot replicate. You can't take an item and then fast forward 2,000 years and, oh, here we go, here's an ancient item. So
yeah.
it's interesting to hear that that's the percentage of someone's portfolio and their net worth. And that kind of leads me into the thought of what's your most unique experience that you've had dealing with a collector?
Some collectors, they come and they ask for specific coins they want to have to complete their collections. And some coins are nearly impossible to find. It's so hard to get. And some of them, they take it personally. I mean, no, I cannot get it. It's like they take it on a personal level. So that's kind of frustrating sometimes.
Mm,
I try to explain that, it's not in my hand. I cannot make the coin. I have to find it. I have to source it. I have to find somebody, some obscure collectors, or some estate that this coin might exist or something, but we can't do that. We cannot promise that. But yeah, we will do our best to find that coin for you so you can complete the collection. For example, some collectors, they have a list of Roman emperors they collect in chronological
mm,
order, and they miss one or two coins or something, so they want that coin,
mm.
that specific coin, and so that's a little bit frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I mean,
Yeah,
you talk about um, people that have, we'll say, unlimited resources, and then they want to get this item that they just can't have.
and that's what
So
made that's what make us so unique, because this is the kind of luxury that even the high net worth individuals cannot have.
mm,
Even with all their unlimited money, sometimes they cannot have that, but they
hmm.
can have something from this history. And that's what make this kind of business so thrilling, really.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. Do you have clients and collectors that will come to you and they say, "I don't care what it costs, just find it."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
what does
absolutely,
that
yeah.
process look like when you're sourcing, something that you think might not be able to find?
Well, we know from experience, I know from experience that this coin, for example, or this relic is so hard to find, so rare. And we tell them upfront, sorry, we will do our best, but I cannot promise you. It's not easy to find. It's nearly impossible to find, even, and maybe
Mhm,
you should put up with the idea that your collection will be missing, one or two or three pieces, and well,
mhm,
they cannot take that, because for them, they have everything. They have so much money. They think they can really get anything they want, and oops, suddenly they found that no, they can't. So
mhm,
and I think that increase even the urge in them to be into this, kind of business, because they realize that, oh, this is really, really, like, incredible, that even with all the money that we have, that we cannot even get some of the coins that we want. And that's what makes
mhm.
this kind of business so with so much allure, with so much majesty, and as I said, a great potential for the future. A great
Hmm.
potential.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The in dealing with anything in luxury, artwork that can't be replicated, these collectors items, these coins that can't be replicated. You're dealing with a whole different realm of clientele, people that they have all the resources, but then sometimes like there's just you just can't um, source the item. I think about there was a client back in the day. I was in the blue collar swimming pool industry,
Right.
and we had a lot of those high net worth individuals that had the 24 karat gold leaf tile, and they could um, pretty much get whatever they wanted as far as like what you can buy. But I remember walking through one garden that had um, all of these Soviet relics. They were like
Right.
statues that range from 3 feet tall to like massive that were 10 feet tall, and they're relics that you cannot buy now. The kind of what you're talking about, the luck and the timing.
Mm.
This specific person went to an auction back in, or excuse me, a warehouse, a Soviet warehouse back in the day. He was there at the right time, was able to. They were getting rid of all this Soviet um, uh, memorabilia. Well, I guess they wouldn't have called them memorabilia back then, but they were getting
No.
rid of all of this stuff, and he was able to purchase it probably for well under
Robert.
what the value would
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
And now he has it in his garden. And so it's those are the type of people that and collectors that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
But in most cases, people can't buy that. Like you can't really even put a price tag on it. So it's
Exactly,
um,
because it's connected with passion, with their passion,
mhm,
and there's no price for
yeah.
passion, especially if you have unlimited amount of money. For your
Hmm.
passion, there's no price.
So how do you having to put a price tag on something that probably really is priceless? How do you go about doing
Yeah.
that?
So this is very important question, and I need everybody really to know that a coin that is 2,000 years old doesn't mean it's worth a lot. Okay, it's about rarity. It's not about how old the coin is. It's
Mm,
about how rare this coin is. We have coins that are 2,000, 3,000 years old that worth, I don't know, $50, $100. That's it.
mm,
And so it's about, because in the old times when an emperor dies, the one that come after him, he usually collect all the old coins, melt them down, and then strike a new one in his name, in his image. Okay, so some of these
mm,
coins, during this process of collecting, some of these coins used to be lost, slip out here and there in the field somewhere, and found later on, like 50 years ago, 100 years ago, was found, and all that. And some of these coins, we used to find them, they used to find them a lot, so they are not rare, even they are 2,000 years old.
mhm,
But some coins, they were, for example, an emperor that ruled for 3 years, 2 years. How many coins he struck in his name with his image? Not so much. And then when he died, the one after him came, he collected most. So we have only little left of these coins, and that's what make them really expensive, because there's only
mhm,
little left in the world from these coins. So it's about
mm.
rarity, not how old the coin is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really interesting hearing you break down the details that went into the kind of the ancient traditions of something. Maybe most of this is common knowledge to most people. I don't know. Sometimes I could be a little dense, but the idea of melting down a coin and then that's why they disappeared because
Yeah,
they wanted to make their own with their own image because we don't really
exactly.
operate with that mindset of it's not like oh George Washington's no longer president so we got to melt all those coins like
Exactly.
those coins are all in circulation. We've got paper money so they're we're not erasing the who was the president, you know. And
Yeah,
I'm speaking, of course, from a U.S. Context, but insert whoever, whatever leader you want to.
right.
But yeah, so rarity is the biggest factor. How do you though,
Absolutely.
as as the person appointed to put a value and put a price tag on something that's incredibly rare? How do you go about doing that?
So first, we are guided by the market trend, the market price. We also notice sometimes if there's a huge demand on some coins. For example, um, on Galileo, we had listed a coin for Saladin. Saladin is a king during the Crusaders' time. He was such a he played a big historical role in the Crusaders' time, and such coins are so rare to find suddenly, you know. We noticed like in the last 2 3 years it becomes so rare to find. And I digged more into that, and I noticed that so many investors and collectors are getting and grabbing these coins. So yeah, it's about market trend first. And with the blockchain, we have to understand that the people who are investing in these coins, they are not just buying the physical one. They receive the physical one. For example, if they order from Galileo through us, through Galileo, and they order from us, we will send the coin to them by post, and also they will get the token on the blockchain. So they're actually
Hmm.
investing. It's like two investment in one product, you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that also plays a factor in the pricing process.
Yeah, so is something that now is verified and you can authenticate and verify that it's a real asset. Does
Yeah,
that um,
yeah,
uh, so like for instance, an item that's on the marketplace, is that going to have a higher value than something that doesn't have the digital trace?
yeah. I
And
think
like,
so.
what if you had to project what would be the percentage maybe in
I,
value versus something that doesn't have
I think
the
I
associated
think
NFT?
Yeah, I think rare items, rare treasures that do not have blockchain token or a presence in the blockchain, I think they will lose their value by 50%. Again, as I
Mm,
said, because the kind of customers they will be buying and investing in these products are not the same customers that we have like 50 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So now the first question is like, okay, authenticity, traceability, and then the blockchain, and so I expect within 5 to 10 years, any item that has no footprint on the blockchain will lose at least 50% of its value.
mm. Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's quite a difference for sure.
yeah,
Um, so you said you track the markets pretty closely. Is there because we have the stock markets, we have the your traditional bonds and you can see that very tangibly. You see like the value of Tesla, shares of Tesla versus um, you know, uh, something else that's more tangible and visible. Um, is there a market that exists like that for the world of ancient treasures, where you can, um, see the trends and the value of, um, and it's not as straightforward because you have like sometimes one-off items that you know you again we've talked about are priceless. Is there like an insider market that you could see, let's say, a trading chart on ancient Roman coins? Is there something like that exists?
no, no, we don't have centralized stock market. Let's say it stock market. No, we don't have that, but we can see the trend through the daily auctions that take place every day.
Okay.
Every day we have daily auctions in the UK, in the US, in Europe, in Germany, in Switzerland. We have daily auctions that sell these ancient coins, and you can see from the trend, like one auction, two auctions, three auctions, you have the same coin that's been selling for 50%, 70% more than like last year. So now that's
Mm.
become a trend. That means there's really a lot of demand on this coin, and that's what set the price. So it's the daily auctions that we are having every day, every single day.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you envision a future where now you'll be able to track these a little bit more visibly as just a layman that's not on the insider track with the auctions? Um,
Well, I think so.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know if
know.
that
It's
question makes sense, but
yeah, I know. I don't know. It's about the regulation as well, and the law, that governs such things. I mean, can we have a stock market for coins? Can we like make coins into like shares or something? It has to be discussed from a legal framework. But as of now, we are doing it, as I said, through market trends, the auctions that happen every day, some specialized websites that sell a lot of these coins. So we know from these trends what is the price right now. And as I said, if you add this on the blockchain, I think that will give even more credibility, for a conscious price, I would say.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think it also the time and energy that you save from having someone else do due diligence on and once it's that process has been taken care of, once it's already done, and it's
Absolutely.
verified, then you're saving a lot of man hours and time from having to go through that process of due diligence, which I know we're coming up on time. We've got about 9 minutes left
Right.
for our scheduled time. Um, but I'm curious about, I can't believe we haven't touched on the traditional process versus kind of like what we see as the future with not now it'll be on the blockchain. You won't really have to go through that same verification process. What does the certificate of authenticity look like, or what has it looked like, let's say, for the past, you know, decade versus what it will look like in the next, you know, 5 to 10 years?
We are really living in a revolution, where we can use and maximize the use of technology to verify and to certify what we have listing on the blockchain. So now when we have a coin listed on Galileo and somebody came and bought it and they got the token and then he sold it after and after and after, we have a process of verifying where it started, and that also
Mhm.
give a certificate of authenticity. For example, they can come to us because we are the source, and they want to check, is this coin from you? We can go to the record on Galileo, and yeah, this is from us. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think this is real revolution, and I think it is the future. It is where we are heading right now. And
Mhm.
Galileo, and I'm really glad that we are with Galileo because they are the pioneers, and we are with you guys in this revolution. So yeah,
Yeah, we're incredibly grateful to be partnered with y'all, and it's just it's been fun to see the excitement from the community, from our existing community. We hope to onboard some of those, high net worth individuals that are collectors that go to you, and it'll be fun to see how that evolves and grows. But our existing community has really taken to House of Emirates and your products, and I think even after hearing this, the lore associated with whatever the item may be, I could probably anticipate that you might get some emails or messages on Twitter or LinkedIn asking, hey, what's the story behind this one, because they'll want to learn a little bit more about the history of the item that
yeah,
they've purchased. So real quick, I wanted to just we've talked a lot about the future of the verification authentication, um, but what does the past look like? So when you get an item, does House of Emirates print off a certificate of authenticity, and then when someone buys it, you're having to ship the item, the certificate of authenticity? What did what does the traditional process look like?
yeah. So we asked the buyer if they want a third party certification, which we do that for them. We can arrange
Hmm.
that for them, or if they want our own certification, because this certification that we have guarantee the item for life, guarantee the authenticity for life. So there's two things: either third party, which we are happy to provide for the buyer, and or our own certification by the guarantee of House of Emirates. So, and on a blockchain, we have also our own certificate on the blockchain, where somebody, when they buy the items, automatically they can view the certificate of authenticity with
Hmm.
this item. And then we start the shipping process. First we confirm with the buyer what they want exactly, our own certification or third-party certification, and we are happy to do that. And
Hmm.
of course, it's free of charge, so we don't charge them anything for that.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. So like I said, we're coming up on close to our scheduled time. We've had quite a wave of people that are have tuned in, um, just
We
in
will,
kind
we'll
of
answer. I think
getting.
we got a lot of questions on Twitter, and I promise. all of them they will be answered. Our social media manager now will go and answer every question that sent on Twitter. So don't worry, guys, you will not
Very
miss any
cool.
question. Yeah, yeah,
Awesome. So if you're in the audience, make sure to comment on
yeah.
this feed, tag House of Emirates, and you can tag us as well. We'd love to be in the conversation and get those questions answered. So I know
Right,
that
we will answer
again,
every
y'all
question.
have been very
Yeah.
popular with our community, and
Thank
there's I'm sure that now people, after hearing this and kind of the process, having a little bit of insight into what goes into the item that they've purchased. I think they're gonna have, at least I'm very curious. I love the storytelling component. So
you.
we're getting close to time. I want to make sure that I leave any time for you to touch on something that maybe we haven't, maybe a question I haven't asked or a topic that we haven't really gone over. Is there anything that you that's top of mind that you kind of like closing thoughts type thing?
Yeah, I just want to say that House of Emirate is meant to disrupt the concept of luxury. You know, we want to tell people, hey, there is other forms of luxury, not just the luxury that you are used to see. We have this luxury that you are missing, a luxury and experience. And we are dealing with a new generation that they like to have the experience, not just owning something, but owning something with an experience. So we're giving you the experience of owning something that is really old, ancient, thousands of years old, and you can just experience, the energy that comes from this object, and feeling a sense of luxury with that as well. Because, as I say, this kind of luxury is a revolution, and we want everyone to be part of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, people think of the fancy cars and the the watches and handbags, things that are typically associated with luxury, but you have ancient treasures that are
Yeah,
also in that same realm. You're dealing with a lot of
it's a
high net worth
luxury with experience.
individuals, and but
Yeah,
it's yeah, it's something that is unique. Like I think the main interest with luxury is exclusivity, and you have this access to, whether it's to a community that you didn't before, or to a time period that you didn't have before. So
exactly.
that's kind of that that kind of elusive or exclusivity that comes with an item that purchase. And now the blockchain also gives us the ability to build community with it, and to now you can get a collector from one part of the world, and now he can meet a collector from another part of the world, and then uh, you know you can have this kind of growing discussion around the in connection around the ancient side of luxury. So we're up on time. I wanted to make sure that we leave some time for announcements, and then also what's the best way to get in touch with House of Emirates, if people have follow up questions, they want to learn more about y'all.
On our Twitter page, we are active on Twitter, so I promise they will get answered in the same day. So yeah, if they have any question, any inquiry, anything to share, we are very happy to answer. And as I said, it will be answered in the same day.
Awesome. Yeah, and make sure you go and like and follow their
Yeah,
posts. Same thing with Galileo. Make sure to like our Twitter accounts, or I guess I need to get in the habit of starting to call it X. But make sure you go and follow our X account. Same thing with LinkedIn. If you're there on LinkedIn, follow House of Emirates, follow Galileo Protocol. For our existing community, we have a Galaxy campaign that is live, and this is so that those that are non-EU residents can participate in our upcoming airdrop. So the snapshot is December 31st. I believe the airdrop date is going to be January 15th. You can participate if you're in the EU by making a purchase on the marketplace. If you are a non-EU resident, go to the Galaxy campaign. You can find that on our Twitter account. There are daily check-in tasks, and then there will be I'm working with Galaxy support right now, but there will be weekly check-in tasks as well, where you can earn a little bit more points. You can find a House of Emirates item that you really like and you would buy if you were in the EU, and then write a little bit about it, post it on Twitter, and then that will go towards your qualification for the airdrop. Lastly, we have a Christmas campaign coming up. There will be some referrals, so share it with your friends. There will be referrals factoring in there, as well as I believe we'll have some hopefully discounts for our community. So Ahmad, it's been a pleasure. I just this topic is fascinating. The
Thank you, Zach.
idea of history and then the future merging, and the, I guess, not to sound cliche, the unlimited potential that we have with now tracking these ancient assets, and the lore and the mysticism and the luck associated with an item when you purchase it. So it's been an absolute pleasure. Make sure, as I mentioned earlier, go ahead and like, follow, subscribe, all of the good stuff following this stream, and we're incredibly grateful for the time that you set to talk with us
Thank
and
you, Zach.
allow us to see a little bit more into House of Emirates. So to everyone watching, thank you all for tuning in. We're incredibly grateful for the community that we have, and are excited for the future as it continues to grow. So this has been Luxury Live with Galileo Protocol and our special guest, House of Emirates. So y'all take care, everyone. Have a great weekend.